Good day guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to be mounting the Big Boi Mini Plus car dryer onto the wall along with the attachments that I've got. Alright, so as I mentioned, we're going to be mounting the Big Boi Mini Plus car dryer that I recently purchased, along with some of the attachments, the hose hanger, the hoses and stuff like that, onto the wall. There's not a whole lot of videos out there, so maybe this video will be helpful for some of you. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. So I will bring you along, show you the tools, some of the anchors, what I'm going to be using. Alright, so here's the Big Boi Mini Plus, along with the hose hanger and the wall mount. As you can see, I do have some anchors already set up that I'm going to be using. I will go over those. I have a screwdriver for the anchors that I'm going to be using, a level, a Sharpie to mark the holes to get it as level as possible, along with a drill. The drill bit I'm using is a 25/64. That is not what these anchors call for, but I will show you why I am going with that. So right here are the anchors that are included in the kit with the Big Boi Mini Plus. I'm not an anchor expert by any means, but everything I can find on these is really designed for more of like a concrete or a cinder block application. I can look at these things. They are very heavy duty. They are very nice, but I can look at them and tell they are not going to work for me hanging this in sheetrock. So that's why I went ahead and picked these up right here. They are a toggle bolt. I will show the ones that I have set up. But you can see the drill size is a 7/16 that it calls for. So that is 3 sizes larger than what I'm using. Personally, I do not see the need for using one that size. I did measure these folded up, and the drill bit I'm using is going to be perfect for this application. These are a 1/8 by 2 inch long. So you can see that it calls for a wall thickness of 3/8 to 1 1/4 inches. It's going to work perfectly for us. 50 pounds max. We're using 2. It's going to be way more than adequate for what we are doing. I have a Phillips screwdriver because these little screws, I'll pick up the wall mount that I got them in. You can use a Phillips or a flathead. I did pick up some larger washers basically to cover up the hole because as you can see there, the hole in the wall mount is very large. So basically these anchors are going to go in. They're going to spring out like they are right now, and that is what's going to anchor it into the wall. So when you are installing these little pieces will fold up and you'll push those in through the hole that you drill. Once they go in, they're going to spring open. They are spring loaded. And then you're going to tighten the bolt up and it will snug them down, making a nice, tight, secure fastener for sheetrock. I have the Sharpie, as I mentioned, for marking my holes. I also have a level for getting those holes level, as I mentioned too. I'm going to be using the same anchors for the hose hanger as well. So there is the parts, pieces that you're going to need to anchor it. At least for me, that's what I'm using. And as I mentioned, hope this video is helpful. So we'll get over to the wall. I'm going to get everything marked out. I don't really need to explain exactly what I'm doing. I will explain some of it. Some of it might be sped up. We'll just see. I'll try to make this video as short and sweet as possible. All right, so I have the spot picked out where I want to hang this. I'm going to be hanging it right here. I do know because I hung the sheetrock, but this is a stud where these screws are. What I'm going to do with the mount is I am going to basically split the stud, put a mount, one on each side of the stud on the sheetrock. I know it's going to hold really well there. So that's what I'm going to do. I know roughly where I want my holes, so I'm just going to mark them, level them out, drill the holes with the drill. I'll bring you in closer once I put the anchors in. So coming in, closer look, right here are the 2 holes that I drilled. We're going to come in with the anchor. As I mentioned, they're spring loaded. We're going to put those in. I'm not going to put them all the way in. I'm going to show that they are definitely, this hole is big enough, but you're going to fold them up just like that. And they're going to go in. And as you can see, right there, it does fit in that hole, so they do not need to be any bigger. So once you're ready, you want to go ahead and install your anchors into the bracket, because once you put these into the wall, there's not going to be any way to put your washer or your screw in there. So you're going to want to set it up exactly how you're going to mount it, which that is how mine's going to get mounted. I'm going to basically squeeze both of these anchors in and then just push them through the holes that I have just drilled. So they are now through those holes. This will not pull out. So there is going to be some room because those bolt holes are bigger in this bracket than these little anchor screws or bolts are. Not a big deal because I'm just going to get it, I'm going to tighten one of them up, and then I'm going to come to the other one with my level, get that level, and then tighten it up. So as you can see there, it is snug, so I can basically put it at any angle that I want, and it's going to hold it. So I'm going to get my level, do the same thing, tighten that other screw up. So now that is level, both of those screws are tight, both those anchors, it is very, very solid. So that is all there is for the wall mount. We can go ahead and hang the Big Boi Mini Plus up on here, and then go ahead and mount the hose hanger. So we'll just get back a little bit further. As you can see, we do have the mount on the wall, as we just did. We'll take the Big Boi Mini Plus, really, really sweet car dryer. Absolutely love this thing so far. We'll just take it, and then basically all that wall hanger does is on this bracket for these feet. It just slides in and hangs off of it. And then you can set it on the wheelbase if you need to, if you want to roll it around. So hanging it on the wall is going to be very easy, of course, just like that. Plenty of cord. Really nice thing about the Big Boi Mini Plus. But there is the wall hanger. Everything is very easy, accessible, switches, air filter. It's not too high, not too low. So for me, that's my perfect height. That's one thing you're going to want to take into consideration when you're doing this, is basically the height of this. Because if you do need to change the filter or blow it out, you don't want it to be too high where you can't really get to it. But you also don't want it to be too low where the switches are kind of in an awkward spot and your wind speed, your flow control on it. So you kind of want that happy medium. For me, this is that happy medium spot. So the only thing I really need to do now is hang up the hose hanger, get the hose put on that, my 9-meter hose, and I got a few little tips with that 9-meter hose as well, and I'll show that to you also. So I went ahead, got my hose hanger, put my 9-meter hose on it. I just did that because I want to know size-wise. So I'm just basically trying to lay it out to where I think. I don't want it directly under it because it's going to get in the way. For me, going to the right side, there is more room over here, but most of the time I'm going to be stretching this out to the driveway anyways for blow drying the car off. So I kind of feel that the hose might hit the hose hanger. So I am thinking about going to the left side here, and I'm thinking about right here is going to be about perfect. So I put the hose on it so I can see size-wise with also the dryer with where it's at. I don't want it to interfere. I know that right here there's not any studs behind, so I feel that this is going to be the perfect spot for hanging this hose hanger. So once again, there's the two holes. One thing that I'm showing on this is the wire is not pinched all the way together, so I can install these hangers into the wall first, these anchors, because basically they will go, if I can get the camera right so you can see, they will slide up in there. So as you can see there, there's definitely enough room. So basically I can get these in and anchored if I would like, so I'm not working around this. Then put this over it and slide them down onto the anchors. So as you can see there, that is exactly what I was talking about. Having the hose on the left side, because now it will not get in my way if I need to go outside the garage. So you can leave it hooked up just like that. You can unhook it from the dryer and put it all on the hose hanger. So you can just do it basically to your likings, depending on how much you're using it or how you want to look. Personally, that is a very good, clean looking setup. The only thing I gotta do is just the power cord now, and I think I will actually utilize the hose hanger for the power cord, putting it behind the hose so it's not gonna interfere with it, and then I gotta plug in right next to it on the wall. But as I showed you, there is definitely enough cord if you have to run that cord a long ways away to another plug-in, and if you don't have one as close as I do here. All right, so as you can see, I have the cord now behind it. I just kind of routed it between the bottom support leg, routed it down, had the nice little wire tie on the cord, put it behind the hose hanger. It's definitely not gonna be a problem or in my way. Left a little bit extra for the plug-in, so I can just take it, plug it directly into the wall here. So everything is very nice, easy to get to right here. I really like how it's set up. It's nice and clean looking. And then the one thing I was telling you guys about is with this 9-meter hose, this attachment on the end here with some of the other ends that they give you, it doesn't fit, but they do give you an end with it. And I will show you how to put that onto this hose. So in the box, if you get the 9-meter hose, you're going to get this attachment here. It has the quick lock for your nozzle, so either the round one or the flat one. Has a nice grip on the handle. It's nice and spongy. So this is what you're going to use. Those ends do not fit on here, and then this also does not fit on there either. The inside of this is threaded. Hopefully you can see that. And it was taking me a little bit to figure out how this goes on, but it's very simple, it's very easy. So basically, this end here is the same way. You're going to just unscrew it. It is reverse thread. So it is going to come off, and it is the same way, it's threaded. So that piece you're not gonna need. This is what you're going to need on here. So it's just threading on to this hose. It's very easy, simple to do, but it did take me just a little bit to figure out how to get that to fit on there. It doesn't start hard or anything on the hose, but you are going to need this end for your attachments for the car dryer so you can lock them on so they will not blow off. But here it is, now hooked up, so you have the right end on it. This one, I'm not for sure exactly what it is for. I haven't found anything that fits on it. So just kind of weird, kind of strange, but this will be the end that you need on there. So this is just one of the attachment ends. This is the piece that we took off. It does slide on there. It doesn't go all the way, and it doesn't lock. With the pressure that this thing produces, I really worry about basically that blowing off and hitting your car, hitting the paint, damaging it. So I'm not exactly sure if that's what this is for or not, but this end is a lot better because it has the ears for the quick attachment lock, and it will not come off. So that's why I was saying you're going to want to put this end on. Plus you got that nice soft grip when you're holding this, drying the car off. All right, so there's just a quick, nice little video of mounting the Big Boi Mini Plus onto the wall. Now on this hose hanger, as you can tell, it looks like there's a little bit more. I do have the short hose that was included with the car dryer, and then I also put my 9-meter hose on. That is currently what I have hooked up right here, along with the nozzle. But I can take that hose off to get to the shorter one if I need it for doing something in the garage a little bit closer. As I mentioned, hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. I know that some of the anchors that they included in the kit are very nice quality, although they don't work for everyone. So someone like me with hanging it on some drywall or sheetrock, they're just not going to work. Those anchors that I used on here has it very secure, very tight. I don't have any worries of it falling off the wall. And personally, I feel that it has gave a very nice, clean look, and it's not just laying around now. So personally, the hose hanger, along with the wall mount for the car dryer, is a must for me to keep it from laying around or sitting on a shelf. You can hang it on a wall, make it look really nice, kind of get your little detail area set up as I'm doing here. I definitely have more that I want to do, but hopefully this video was helpful, informative. If you have one of these and you're trying to mount it and have the same problems as I did, and you can't figure out how to do it with the included anchors that they gave, or if you have the 9-meter hose and you can't figure out what this piece that we just put on, the extra piece in the box, how to put it on, hopefully those little tips help you guys. If they do, definitely drop a comment down below. Let me know. Remember to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, turn on all post notifications so you don't miss a future upload. Smash that thumbs up if you like this video. All your guys' support is greatly appreciated. And thank you all so much for stopping and checking out this video. And I'll catch you all in the next one. And until then, take care.
Shaka on the beats, 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 Shaka on the beats.